And welcome to True Blue Politics Podcast Daily. Today is July 28th, 2026, and I am joined with my co-host Anita from San Antonio, and I am Karen from Chicago. And yeah, we're here after a long weekend.
Yeah,
We had our bi-weekly podcast drop for our
with
Patreon supporters on Sunday, and then for
with
everybody else
Frangela.
yesterday with Frangela, otherwise known as Frances Callier, and Angela V. Shelton of the Detroit Sheltons, who are just amazing. I love them so much. So,
Yes, they're fantastic.
yes, and we had a great conversation. So, if you have not checked it out, get on over to our Patreon page and or our YouTube page and like,
Check that
subscribe.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and look it up. Get on it. Anyway, so Anita, we have
So
a lot to talk about.
I know a lot of stuff's going on,
Yeah.
and this is
So
blowing up.
and
This is blowing up.
it is blowing up. And so we're going to
So
start today talking about something that has been kind of, it was on Morning Joe apparently.
yeah,
And CNN is talking about it.
it's all
As
over social
yeah,
media because
yeah.
this woman from the DSA did an interview on Fox,
So her name is Megan Romer, and she's a co-chair
co-chair.
of the Democratic Socialists of America. And she went on Fox News. And so we're just going to play the clip,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And then we
By
do
the
have,
CNN. Yeah.
yes, by CNN, and we have the clip, and then Sabrina Singh, who is a Democratic strategist, responds to it. So here we go.
As the Democratic Socialists pick up a string of victories across the country, a new party platform from a progressive group is becoming fodder for GOP attacks. 99 days from the midterms, Democrats are facing a reckoning. Disavow and disown the Democratic Socialists of America or embrace policy positions like these endorsed by the DSA's co-chair.
Okay, so we're going to put up on the screen a few of the things that are part of your platform, and I want to ask you, just give me sort of a true or false on these. Abolish the Senate.
True.
Okay, replace the presidency and Supreme Court as we now know them.
Yep.
Abolish ICE.
Absolutely.
Abolish borders and give amnesty to anyone currently in the U.S. illegally.
As a long-term plan, yep.
Defund the Pentagon.
Absolutely.
Abolish prisons, at least in large part.
Yeah, again, that as part of a long-term program, yeah.
Okay, so no prisons. Government or public ownership of most large corporations.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. That seems like a problem for Democrats, that this is sort of the competing force in their own party.
Yeah, I think that's a huge problem. I don't agree with any of those statements. I don't think a majority of Democrats agree with those statements. I think we have a lot of great candidates running across the country, some that are veterans and some that are from the moderate side of the party. These are views that are, I think, represented by a very small amount of individuals that are not representative of the Democratic Party at large, and I personally do not support those.
With the sound.
Okay, so I'm just going to tell you, because you cannot see this, Anita,
Mhm.
but the right winger that was sitting next to her was just sitting there with a shit-eating
Grin.
grin.
Of course.
Shit-eating grin.
Didn't you
Mm-hmm.
see when she was asking her, okay, no prisons? I mean,
Yep.
she was very excited about, but the truth is, the Megan from
Mm-hmm.
the Democratic DSA co-chair, she was just playing like right along, and she just seemed very happy about all of it. So, I mean, she couldn't have been. This couldn't have been better. If she were paid by the Republicans, I wouldn't be surprised. This is so damaging. I have no idea what she thinks she was going to accomplish by going on Fox and giving them that.
Yeah,
And I
it's, I
also,
mean,
but
that's every ad. I mean, that is going to be every ad up
I mean, it
between
just
now and
shows
November.
a lack of just judgment by these people and media savvy.
Right.
And they're just not ready for prime time.
Right. I mean, I think, we've talked a little bit about this on the politics bar with Jody and Sean, and, that there are common, there's common ground, there are things in there, that I think that we all agree with, and I think of somebody like, Mdami, because he considers himself a Democratic socialist, right? So,
Yes.
I mean, I think that there are certain political realities once you are actually elected and you're in that position. So, but the problem is we have we're fighting for our lives here. And we need to win the House and the
Well,
Senate, and so that we can
well,
be a check and we can stop what's going on right now. And
exactly.
I think we all agree with that. But the thing of it is, it feels like they're not understanding the assignment when they go out there and they put in writing, like you have mentioned, some of these really kind of out
Well, they're
there
radical.
ideas. Yeah,
The truth, why is it? Why are they promoting this platform right now when when we're just about to have the midterms?
right,
Well, this is not a presidential election where we could kind of duke this out. Well, this would actually mean something.
right,
These things are not going to be accomplished. So why are they putting them out there?
right.
This seems like some sort of sabotage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it does. I mean, it's particularly like why in God's name would you go on Fox News? And now, again, it's on CNN, it's on Morning Joe, it's on, and
Where is
um
this Russian fuckery again? I mean,
yeah.
seriously, I'm
Yeah.
just wondering what is
Yeah.
going on here? Who are
Right.
these people? We should find out.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is so damaging. And how could
Yeah.
they not know that? And for them to put this in writing, they put this platform out, and I've been sounding the alarm about it for a while because it was so disturbing. And yes, we agree on some of the things they want to do: universal health care, universal child care, paid
Mm-hmm.
family leave, all these things Democrats want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But what they're talking about is dismantling government institutions that protect the American people. And that would hurt marginalized communities first and mostly,
Right. Right.
and also women.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, these people, honestly, I just don't know what was in their head.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at okay, so this is just a list of the priorities. National Labor Commission, National Electoral Committee, Green New Deal Campaign Commission, Housing Justice Commission, International Committee, Trans Rights and Bodily Autonomy. Um, I mean,
Well, yeah, we
again,
can agree on that.
we can agree on all of that, but it's just like, what is this? I mean, so the idea, like with this, we're going to abolish the Senate. Okay. So the premise is because the way it's set up right now is that the larger states have to represent the same number of senators
No matter what the
as like a
population.
small, no matter what the population. And so that the House of Representatives is, a more democratic representation because it's, based off of population and districting, right? But you know,
You can
like
go about this
why
another
do we have to
way.
talk? Right, exactly. Go
You can
ahead. You
add
talk about that.
states.
Mm-hmm.
We could add Puerto Rico. Why don't they have that on the platform instead?
Yeah. Yeah.
Adding DC gives
Right.
DC statehood and Puerto Rico statehood.
Right.
They don't have that. Instead, just they want to get rid of the
Mm-hmm.
Senate, get
Right.
rid of the presidency.
Right.
I mean, these things, when they're just giving them a reason to call them communists because some of this stuff is communism.
Right. Right. And we always talk about it too, this completely like do away with capitalism. And do you want to speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I know it sounds good, but what are they going to replace it with? No other system has worked.
Mm-hmm.
What we need to have is highly regulated capitalism. Okay, a lot of these democratic socialists look up to Nordic countries, but they are capitalist countries. They're capitalist countries with highly regulated capitalism and strong social safety nets. That's why the United States was successful with that type of system for like 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Why would we want to try something that has been a failure? That's what they're asking for. To
Right.
just get rid of capitalism, to replace it with socialism.
Right.
I
Right. And
mean,
I mean, and like, they talk about Bernie Sanders, and the electoral strategy, and that he launched a political revolution, and the DSA continues to build it. So this is off of their website. Bernie Sanders, I got news for you guys. He's a capitalist.
Bernie Sanders is capitalist. All these people are capitalists. I mean,
Hmm.
they honestly they don't really understand what they're talking about. I think,
Yeah.
and if they do, then I don't really believe they're doing this for the benefit. There's something going on here
Hmm.
that they're trying to hurt this country because
Yep.
I can't understand why anybody would be for any of this stuff.
Hmm.
I mean, we're angry because capitalism has run amok because Republicans have deregulated it since Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
So, but we can't just throw it all out. We just need
No.
to regulate it.
This, and we talk about this, I've mentioned it, I mean, I've had conversations with some of the young people in my family, and they'll make these, and granted, these are people that look like me, like white, red
Yeah.
hair, whatever, white skin, okay? And they talk about it in just kind of this flip way, like, okay, we'll just burn it down, which is, it feels like a little bit of what is going to happen, and whatever, whether this is deliberate, and there's Russian influence there, or, whether it is something that is just because a lack of political savvy, what ends up happening is, like you said, who are they going to go after first? I say, okay, so you burn it down. People that look like me say things, young people say, let's just burn it down. And then I ask, well, what are you going to replace it with? What are we going to,
Who's going to protect civil rights, voting rights?
who's going to get to build it up? Like, is there a guarantee that you guys are going to be,
Exactly.
with what you want?
Well, we
It's
know
like,
who's going to end up on top. We know.
yeah,
The rich and the powerful.
the rich and the powerful are going to end up. And so why not just utilize the infrastructure that we have? And again, you have somebody like Mamdani, and he seems to be doing really good things in
But
New
he's a
York right
mayor.
now, but he's a mayor. Exactly. So yeah, I just don't know if this is the thing that we want to do right
No,
now
we
when
don't want to
we
do it.
know.
These policies that we're talking about are policies the Democratic Party supports.
Right.
So,
Yes.
and I've heard that, like, I heard a caller today on Stephanie Miller talk about what Truman said about, they call everything that benefits Americans socialism. Well, that's
Hmm.
true. They're socialist policies.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's what
Hmm.
they have in other countries that are very successful.
Hmm.
But the system that we use is capitalism. The system that these countries in like Sweden and Finland use is capitalism.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
because it's the only thing that works. Everybody finds that out eventually,
Right, right. And I
unless
think that
they devolve into totalitarianism.
yeah, and I think AOC has, found that out. I mean, you go in, but it's like you are working with the realities that there are. I mean, and we say this all the time. It's like, democracy is slow and change is incremental, but it's like you're gonna get on the team right now because we don't have, and they talk about a, three-party system and ranked choice voting. And it's like, okay, that's something that's
Yeah.
something that we can talk about, but my God, I mean, it's completely
Gonna throw
ignoring the
everything
moment
out.
that we're in.
Yeah.
We're
And that's another problem. The moment that we're in, this is the time they decide to fuck up, the Democratic chances in the midterms
right.
by putting out this platform.
Yeah.
And so that's why it just doesn't make any sense to me that she
Yeah.
went on to Fox.
Right. So when
And
but when Abby Phillips says, so the Democrats then either have to embrace it or completely reject it. And I don't think that that's fair or accurate. I think that Democrats can go on and they can speak to this and they can say, look, these are the things that we find common ground with the Democratic Socialists of America. And these are the things where we part ways. And it's just there's no mechanism right now to be able to do that. So let's focus on the issues and doing the things for the American people that we can agree on. First and foremost, we need to be a check on the president of the United States, who is completely corrupt, completely criminal. He is enriching himself and his family. He is getting us in, lying us into, wars that are, wars of choice and potentially forever wars. This is the thing that even a lot of MAGA supporters and voters voted, did not want, said that they did not want. And there's cover up after cover up after cover up. So I think Democrats do have an opportunity here. Let's speak to it and let's talk about the core values that we agree on. And because I don't think we need to I don't think we have to just like accept or reject. You know what I mean? I think that they can speak to this and have that conversation, and maybe they could turn it into something that would, help. You know what I mean?
What's going to happen is that every person that associates themselves with the DSA, the Democratic Socialists, are going to be asked, do you support the platform? Do you support this? Do you support that?
Right.
They're going to have to denounce these things in the platform.
That's it, because it's their platform. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I do think I do think that there is a way for Democrats to speak to this, but that doesn't mean that the right isn't going to be running ad after ad after ad
Oh,
after
this woman
ad.
gave them such a gift.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
right.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
No, I agree with you. I think that we can probably overcome it because with good candidates and, and none of this is going to get done. We're not going to do these big things. I think we do need to do big things if we get back in power in
right,
2028. But
right,
right now, the only thing we can do, like you said, was put a check on Donald Trump.
right.
We have to check him.
Mm-hmm,
The corruption is just breathtaking, okay?
mm-hmm,
We've
mm-hmm.
never seen this kind of corruption. Every day there's something new. And that's that's about the only thing we can do. We can do investigations and
Mm-hmm.
also investigate some of the people in his cabinet, maybe
Mm-hmm.
hold them accountable. Maybe
Yep.
they won't be able to come up to Congress. And I know Chris on Stephanie Miller was saying, "What are why don't the Democrats do something? Why don't they do something when they're just going up there to Congress and lying?" Well, the Democrats really have no power.
Right.
The Republicans would have to do that, and they're
Mm-hmm.
not going to do that.
No.
And so Democrats could insist these people are under oath because they're
Mm-hmm.
letting them testify not under oath,
Mm-hmm.
and hold them accountable.
Right. Right.
So, but there's also going to, because Donald Trump runs a DOJ.
Mm-hmm.
So, but having the hearings themselves,
Yeah.
well, and exposing this stuff,
Yep.
because we saw what happened when
Yep.
they had the January 6th committee that Nancy Pelosi put together,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
they exposed January 6th, and people saw it. There were a lot of
Right.
people that didn't know that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know.
And then the midterms, we did pretty well in the midterms because of that, and we
Yeah.
weren't supposed to.
Indeed, indeed. So, you had sent me this is mapping the modern left. Not all leftists are created equal. Created by um, Carolyn Borisenko. Learn more at decodetheleft.com/map. Subscribe. I'm going to just give her props. Subscribe for updates. Carolyn .substack.com. So anyway, this is tier 4 reformist socialist. The Trojan horse. Reformist socialists want to kill capitalism with a smile. They reject the revolution optics in favor of democratic process, but their end game is still the same. They build power by infiltrating institutions, city councils, school boards, and halls in union halls. They mask Marxist goals with terms like equity, solidarity, and economic democracy, but their blueprint is straight out of the socialist playbook: strategy, cultural subversion, electoral entryism, institutional capture. Goal: dismantle capitalism through political power and social engineering. How they show up: labor organizing, tenant unions, co-op movements, policy shops. Example: DSA-backed candidates campaigning on rent control and union power, then pushing police defunding once elected. Examples: Democratic Socialists of America, DSA, Working Families, Jacobin Magazine, People's Policy Project. Okay.
Jacobin for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it talks about the 4 tiers,
Mm-hmm.
where we start with the neoliberal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that? Did I send you that?
Not specifically. Let me see though. Hold on.
I thought I did, but
Okay,
maybe
well, yeah, let me just
I,
see. Hold on.
yeah, I thought it came with that.
Let me just double check here if it was in the same. Hold on. Okay, I will find it. Go ahead if you want to
Well,
speak
it
to what I
starts with
just
like
read.
the neoliberal, and the
Mm-hmm.
neoliberal is basically more of your corporate Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
They would say establishment, but more corporate. The Joe Manchins,
Yeah.
or some of the not Joe Manchin is almost a Republican, but a corporate Democrat, and we all kind of know who that is.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
then
Mm-hmm.
go ahead. Did you find it?
Yeah, I did. I did. Okay, so
Okay, go ahead.
mapping. So this la 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 tier 1 Democrat. This is part of the neoliberal left. Tier 1, Democrat. Tier 2, liberal. Tier 3, progressive. Then far left is tier 4, reformist socialist, and tier 5, revolutionary socialist. Do you want me to read what each one
Yeah,
is?
read what they say.
Okay.
Read the
So
descriptions.
Democrat establishment politicians focused on incremental reform within capitalism, mostly corporate aligned. Liberal thinks government should solve inequality through policy, not systemic overhaul, morally driven. Progressive wants structural reform, Medicare for all, Green New Deal, debt cancellation, flirts with socialism, but don't want to overthrow capitalism. I mean, tier four,
That's me.
yeah,
That's you and I.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tier four, reformist socialist wants to overthrow capitalism through electoral policies by getting into the system and making small changes over time. The goal is post-capitalist society. And then revolutionary socialist believes capitalism must be overthrown entirely, rejects elections and no, God, I can't say it.
Referendum.
Reformism.
Oh,
Thank you.
reformist.
Reformism,
Yeah.
sorry. Advocates for revolution, abolition, and radical restructuring of society.
That's probably pretty rare, but I
Hmm.
have met people like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you talked about it. Wood. Let's just burn it all down, right?
Right, right. But it is not that, I mean, this is the thing. And so what happens when the people that are like absolutely opposed to this? I mean, we're in a situation where now we don't have any check. Now Donald Trump and the Republicans are allowed to completely burn everything to the ground in the next 2 years. Okay. Do we even know that,
You have to have
Donald Trump or
power.
the
Yeah.
Republican, yeah, that the Republicans are gonna leave on their own. I mean,
No,
we
they're
don't know that. And every indication shows that they're not with Project 2025 and
well. If you have a Republican House to
right.
certify an election, if
Mm-hmm.
we do not win the House in the
Mm-hmm.
midterms, it will
Mm-hmm.
be a Republican House led by Mike Johnson,
Yep.
MAGA Mike, who
Yes.
gets to decide whether to certify the
Mm-hmm.
next president.
Yep.
This is, I mean, what this is really, um, so important that we understand
Mm-hmm.
the importance of winning the midterms right now.
Yep. Yep.
And so this is kind of, and hopefully this won't keep. I mean, she did go on Fox, and they're going to play that over and over again. But I hope Democrats are, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
getting
I
it.
hope that they're ready and they get ahead of it and they just kind of
Yeah,
talk about it and don't, like I said, it doesn't have to be all, either all or nothing, right? It can be a situation where we can say like, okay, let's look at what they want. This is what we can agree upon. This is, these are the fringe things that of course Fox News and the right are just completely glomming onto, but that is not something that the Democratic Party believes in. And, there are certain political realities that
yeah, they're
are
not.
in
Yeah,
place. Right.
that's right. And the thing is, none of this is going to get accomplished,
No,
especially if we
no.
do not win the midterms, because,
Right.
like I said, they will try to stay in power.
Yes, they will.
So putting this out there
It's folly.
makes no sense.
It's folly, is
Yeah,
is my grandpa
it's
used to say. It's
it's
sheer
false.
folly.
So yeah, so let's hope cooler heads prevail as far as like this doesn't blow up and
We have to be pragmatic. Look at
yeah,
AOC. She didn't come in, I mean, she came in with, like her ideals and, and I mean things that we all, honestly agree with, but
she voted with Joe
there are
Biden.
realities. Yeah.
She voted with Joe Biden. She
Yes.
never introduced a bill to get rid of the Senate,
Right.
abolish the Senate, or
Right.
anything like that.
Right, because you have to be pragmatic,
Yeah,
within this system. And again, sure, let's burn it all down. Tell me, I mean, are you willing to bet that you guys are going to be the ones rebuilding it? And how? How does that happen? You don't think that you're going to have any pushback from the heavily armed right? I
yeah. I mean,
mean,
it's insane.
what? And like you said, and we have to keep emphasizing this. Like you said, marginalized people are going to, the people that, all you young white liberals and all you older
That
white
you care
liberals
about.
that, say that you're allies, you want to be an ally and you care about them. Well, my God, you guys are not going to be the first ones, to go. And
There's a reason.
like I said to my niece, you can take that nose ring out of your nose and put on a MAGA hat and you're going to blend right in.
Exactly. There's a reason why these populist movements are mostly they're white people. The majority
Hmm.
of the people in them are just, well, there's right now there's a lot of these people with the Free Palestine
Yeah,
coalition.
right.
But mostly we've seen like Bernie Sanders coalition was mostly young white people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, and I mean, I think that again, we have to focus on the things that we all have in common. These other things that they're just complete pipe dreams and folly. It's just, but they just handed the right a gift, and they made it more difficult for Democrats to be able to, focus on the messaging, at hand. But they can also utilize it and also message, I think.
Yeah, and work with these people so they don't try to sabotage the
Yeah.
midterms.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the thing. They don't want to insult them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we have to keep in mind. So we'll move on because I just wanted to make sure people understood um what the DSA this stuff because it's all over the place right now
Yeah, it
with this
is. It
woman.
is. And it's just, and again, like there are many things that we agree with. And I love Jody Hamilton of the Politics Bar when she says FDR Democrats. I think we can all agree.
Except FDR didn't desegregate. He
Well,
he
okay,
didn't
but
have
you
to
know
deal
what
with
I
civil
mean.
rights.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
I know, but people don't understand that. They love to
Yeah.
worship the FDR, and I do too. But
Right.
FDR didn't deal with
Okay,
civil rights
so we'll be FDR,
and
partially FDR, and then also
LBJ, FDR,
LBJ, but not the
LBJ,
racist parts
and not the
before
war
the
part,
civil rights. Yeah, and not the war part.
not the war
LBJ.
part.
Okay, well now that's very clear. I mean, I think that we've just made it crystal clear for everybody just with
Absolutely.
that. I mean, you're welcome,
So,
America. You're welcome. You're
sorry.
welcome. Yeah. Okay.
I know, but I just want people to
No.
because sometimes, we're a different country than we were
Mm-hmm.
then.
That's
Okay.
right.
So, and he would, and, we can't judge, of course, we can't judge him by today's standards either,
Right.
you know.
Exactly. Well, Harry Sisson was busy on Twitter, monitoring, I think, some of the deranged lunatics tweets. I don't know, should we do the
Oh,
timeline first?
this is what we're fighting against. This is who
Yeah,
we have to keep in check. This man is
he's a lunatic.
completely,
So
he's so
he was
sick.
big mad and embarrassed about the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Yeah.
Where, he basically none of his jokes landed. He sounded like a complete lunatic
He
because he
sounded
is.
crazy
Yeah,
and he
because he's
went
nuts.
on and on
Yeah,
for an hour
right.
and just rambling and just his
Yeah.
grievances and just so he decided after he left that he would continue that
Mm-hmm.
on his truth
Truth Cross
yeah.
Central. And so Harry Sisson did the whole timeline. Okay. So it's a long one. It's a lot.
I know.
So this is what he posted. Trump is having a mental health episode on social media right now.
This was
He's been
Sunday.
posting nonstop all day. Yes.
Yeah.
So 11:16 a.m. AI photo of Caitlin Collins as Dylan Mulvaney. 11:43 AI image attacking Bruce Springsteen.
You're gonna have to say it faster. You'll never get through
Well,
those.
I mean, I can just like kind of scroll through so people can
Okay,
see
scroll
this,
through. Yeah.
but attacking Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert. Let's see, an image of him taking over an Iranian oil tanker.
Yeah.
Let's see, a poster of himself saying the
Oh
man who
wait, let me just
saved
say this.
America, which couldn't be further from the truth. Yes. Hmm.
The reason why and he also posted a lot of stuff about him taking over Iran, taking oil tankers from Iran,
Oh,
taking that little
blowing up
yeah,
AI
blowing up.
photo of an, yeah, well,
Yeah.
I have it all here.
Yeah,
Um,
the reason why was because not only did he bomb at that White House Correspondents' Dinner, but then he had to surrender again
oh,
to Iran. Yeah,
oh,
he says I guess they're taking a break or something from bombing
oh.
them because they've run out of ammunition.
Oh, okay. So now
Yeah,
he's just declaring a ceasefire again, but it's
I guess
one-sided. It's
it's one-sided.
right.
Iran is not. They're like
They're
they don't
no,
want to
they're
even negotiate with
continuing.
them. Yeah,
No, why would they?
yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. AI photo of Trump 2028 mug surrounded by crying people. What? What?
Yeah, I know. If you're making
Oh,
people
okay.
cry, you're doing something wrong.
Okay, so posts graph downplaying. This is at 5 p.m. So we started, okay, hold on. Started at 11:16 a.m. Then we're at 5 p.m. post graph after cajillion posts. Five post graph downplaying American casualties in Iran.
Mm.
And let's see, AI image of him as a doctor again at 5:04
What is
p.m.
with that?
I don't know. He's not a doctor.
No, he's not. He's Jesus.
5:16, yeah, right. 5:16 p.m. fake movie poster of him and George Washington in a time travel movie. He's insane.
You
25th
know,
Amendment
don't you do
now
that
is what
though?
he
Don't
says.
you?
Yeah.
Yes, 25th Amendment now. I mean, the 25th Amendment, it's a good thing to say. It'll never happen. It's
No.
harder than impeachment to
Yeah.
do that.
Right.
So,
Yeah, you
especially with
need
the Republican.
Republicans. And
Yeah.
again,
You need
people,
to hit that
everybody,
yeah,
we're
that
not going to
cabinet.
get impeachment with right now with the Republicans in charge, and we're not going to get 25th Amendment with
Yeah, so
Republicans in
stop yelling
charge.
at Democrats to do
Right,
something.
exactly. Thank you. Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
going to go ahead and play this video clip. So Harry Sisson again, we just want health care and not whatever the hell this is.
Yeah, play
And
the
this is from the White House, by the way. Hop in best dimension yet.
yeah, this is what they're putting out.
Oh, Lord. Oh, wow.
What was that?
Oh, wow. Wow. I don't know.
I don't know. I couldn't see it, but it
Yeah,
sounded really.
it's very crazy. It's like there's a flying saucer, there was a T-Rex, there was
That makes perfect sense for the White House to be putting out.
yeah, absolutely. Very
So
presidential. Uh-huh.
there's also the other one with him and saving George Washington's life.
Yes, that was the one that that he posted last. Yes.
Yes.
So Bill Madden posted this description of what Trump is going through is spot fucking on. Many historians and medical experts describe Hitler's final days in similar terms, noting that Hitler's behavior in the final months of World War II involved extreme mood swings, grandiose delusions, and erratic outbursts. These fluctuations were heavily influenced by a severe physical decline. The shallow state post. See, this was a what do you call it? Quote tweet.
Yeah.
So it says Trump has been having a hypomanic episode the past 2 hours, post after post after post. I count about 60 of them, mostly images, many of them AI, all his trademark pathologies, all his underlying themes, malice, grievance, division, entitlement. His gut is a simmering stew of agitation, rage, and desperation. His disordered brain is filled with paranoid fantasies of revenge along fantastical visions of regaining his grandiosity. He hates being trapped and stuck in Iran. He hates that Epstein won't go away. He hates being told his speech at the dinner was inappropriate. He hates that his name needed to come off a building. He hates that musical artists canceled from his show. He hates losing in court, and he especially hates his own mortality. Neither you nor I can ever feel the kind of frenzied fear and fanaticism that Trump feels now. This is a man who knows he's in his final chapter, who is confounded that all that he is, all that he ever said he was, his lifetime of secrets and lies and false constructs is vulnerable to exposure. How can he possibly sit still? How can he sleep? Who can he trust? Malignant narcissists in decline always get worse. It's always messy, and they never want to go down alone. So buckle up, everybody.
Yeah, this is a narcissistic breakdown. It's what's
Yes.
happening to him every night.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to see, his truths without going to Truth Social, because that's a shithole, and it's full of all these crazy advertisements, you can go to Trump's Truth and you can see he's crazy. He retweets stuff, he reposts stuff over
Mm-hmm.
and over and over again. He
Yeah.
reposts stuff. He show pictures of him from the 80s all the time.
Mm.
It's very
He's
weird.
cuckoo clock.
He's cuckoo for
Cuckoo
Cocoa
clock.
Puffs.
Cuckoo.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I mean,
Lordy.
this is the thing. Jake Tapper wrote so many books. Everybody
Oh
wrote
my
so many
God.
books about about Joe Biden being old.
Oh
But
yeah.
nobody, they never, I mean, I don't hear any of them. They're so afraid of
No.
talking about
Yep.
this Donald Trump being mentally ill.
Yes.
The leader of the most powerful country in history is mentally ill, extremely mentally
Yes.
ill,
Deranged.
deranged,
Mm-hmm.
and a sociopath.
Yeah, sociopath, and every single one of his cabinet members, every single representative in the media is completely
That's right.
contemptuous.
And
Yep.
complicit.
And complicit. Yep. And the entire Republican Party
They
complicit.
sit there
Yep.
clapping for this shit
Yes. Yep. I know.
and
It's
feeding into that. That's why he bombed when he went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner and made that totally inappropriate speech.
hmm
It was like he does that shtick all the time.
hmm
Like the thing about your governor, Pritzker.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
but when
he,
he referred to him as the governor of Chicago. Hmm,
yeah, I know he no, not that
okay.
part, but he did.
Oh.
I'm not surprised. But anyway, yeah, he does that kind of stuff all the time in his rallies. He just kind of ad libs and says crazy
hmm
shit, and they all
Whee!
laugh. They all laugh.
Zing, zoom.
All
He's
these
so
dumbasses,
funny. Yeah.
all these dumbasses laugh, or he
hmm
has his staff there and they laugh, and everybody pretends that he's funny.
hmm
And when he has to appear before a normal audience,
Right.
of course he's going to bomb.
Of course.
And also, when you see him at these events,
hmm
like when he does signings and stuff like that, and he makes these stupid jokes, he has his staff there. He brings a
hmm
huge amount of his staff there so that
hmm
they can all sit there and clap and laugh at his stupid jokes that aren't funny.
Right. Right.
So that's why he understands optics, he understands television. So
hmm
that's why he does that.
Yes, but
But
this did not work out so
this
well
did
with
not work
him. And
out.
and by the way, when Wolf Blitzer was talking about the expose and the close relationship between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, yes, they were good buddies. Okay, there's
Yes.
photographic and video evidence to that effect, as well as birthday cards of their wonderful secrets and whatever he referred to
They
it
were,
as.
and
Beautiful,
then
yeah.
yes, the beautiful secrets wasn't
Mm-hmm.
wonderful. You're right. I don't
Yeah,
remember now,
I don't
but the
know.
point is, they were friends for a long period of time, all the way
Mm-hmm.
up to his death, pretty much.
Yeah.
And when Wolf
And is
Blitzer,
Ghislaine, where's Ghislaine? Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
the way he introduced him, I appreciated them giving that to the Wall Street Journal and embarrassing
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump so much. But I mean, it just kind of called out the ridiculousness of the whole situation
Right. And he's just
because
sitting there like, oh,
he's sitting there and
that's true.
and
Yeah,
he's talking about how these reporters had to move
they were
because they were getting
doxxed.
threats.
Yes.
They were getting threats.
Yep.
So I mean, and they're all just sitting there like
And
they're
he's
all
just,
good buddies. Let's
yeah.
just all sit and have a dinner and have a laugh.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, Kristen Welker, fuck off.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Her sitting there with
Fuck
Stephen Miller having
off.
What do you
You,
joke about with the
what the
Nazi?
fuck? Seriously. With that, I mean, that guy is as creepy as they come and
Yeah. I know.
dangerous.
The whole
Yeah.
thing is just I don't know.
Ridiculous.
It
It's
is.
just ridiculous. She has no credibility as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, well, listen, this has been fun. We're gonna play out with Anne Hathaway giving a speech at the Human Rights Campaign.
Yes.
But before we go, again, reminder, please like and subscribe our YouTube to our YouTube channel.
Oh, smash the button.
Yep. And ring the bell so that you're notified not only when our dailies drop, but also when our bi-weekly podcasts drop. And then please head over to Patreon. Look, you don't have to, subscribe with money. If you can buy us a cup of coffee, that's much appreciated. But here's the great thing about Patreon. If you go and subscribe to our Patreon at any level, even at the, no money every month, if you go there, you will have access to our bi-weekly podcast on Sunday. They drop everywhere else on Mondays for, all the different platforms. But here's the thing. If you guys missed Francis and Angela on Monday's drop, you can go to our Patreon page and you can get it there. And going forward, you can go on Sunday before the Monday episodes drop everywhere else. You can go to our Patreon page and you'll have access and you'll get notified as well when those drop. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good deal.
I like the notifications because I
do too.
don't remember
I
sometimes.
do too. It's like, what day is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it must be Yeah,
Oh, it's a nice surprise too
it
when you
is.
get, when they
Yeah.
drop.
It's like
So,
Christmas every day.
yeah,
It's
that's right.
Christmas.
Every
S-
other Monday
every
or
other Monday.
Sunday.
Yeah, whatever. So anyway, so we're gonna go ahead. Love you guys. We will not be here tomorrow. I
No,
am
we
gonna
will
be
be
out
here.
of
Oh,
town. No, I am not going to be
tomorrow's
here
Wednesday.
tomorrow. Tomorrow's
Yeah.
Wednesday, so I will not be able to do it, but we will be back on Thursday. All right. So I'm
Bye,
gonna
guys.
thank you. Bye.
My ability to be visible to you comes from the world unfairly rewarding my particular type of visibility. It is important to acknowledge that, with the exception of being a cisgender male, everything about how I was born has put me at the current center of a damaging and widely accepted myth. That myth is that gayness orbits around straightness, transgender orbits around cisgender, and that all races orbit around whiteness. This myth is wrong, but this myth is too real for too many. It is ancient, so it is trusted. It is a habit, so it's assumed to be the way things are. It's inherited, so it's thought immutable. Its consequences are dangerous because it prioritizes a certain type of love, a certain kind of body, a certain kind of skin color, and does not value in the same way anything it deems to be other to itself. It is a myth that is with us from birth, and it is a myth that keeps money and power in the hands of the few instead of being invested in the lives of the free. I appreciate this community so much because it's where I learned to reject this myth. I appreciate this community because together we are not just going to question this myth, we are going to destroy it.